Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call. Are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Jets. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Lachlan Edwards has it on the tee and ready to go. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That'll be end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia Eagles going to set up shop here offensively with their quarterback Carson Wentz, a guy really that you got to feel for. You know, he had to sit on the sideline and watch Nick Foles be the hero the last couple of postseasons. This year was finally healthy, making his first postseason start, and then got knocked out of the game in the first quarter after just 4 pass attempts.
So unfortunate, because his #1 goal coming into this season was to be the starting quarterback for his Philadelphia team in all 16 regular season games, and he did that. Then he gets his first playoff start, healthy, able to lead his team at home with a chance to beat Seattle, and as you noted, 4 pass attempts about 9 minutes into the game, and he's gone, and a lot of people questioning the hit. Remember, he became a runner on that play, not a quarterback. Doesn't get the same protection. Unfortunate what happened, but I thought he had a marvelous finish. Down the stretch when they needed to win, Carson Wentz dragged that team to a 4-0 finish to win a division title.
And all in all, the numbers good. His first 4,000-yard campaign, 27 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions, so a lot for Wentz to hang his hat on going into the offseason. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
Looking to get it to Ward, intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
New York Jets getting the football back here. You look at their 2019 season, and in case you didn't notice, and judging by the attendance at MetLife, you didn't. But you might be surprised to learn that the Jets finished 7-9, a surprising 6-2 record in the second half, CD.
So that is obviously something to build on. And they did it without getting the best performance that they thought they were going to get from their free agent running back, Le'Veon Bell. So now if you move forward, Sam Darnold keeps getting better and more experience at quarterback. Can you get Le'Veon Bell back to Pittsburgh form? If you're able to do that, now you think you're a contender in the AFC East for a playoff spot going up against Buffalo and New England this year.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold is brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it. but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Copeland. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Wentz dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do. And we're talking about Jason Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Cannon. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Jalen Mills in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Darnold on first down. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
I can't believe they even let you play. No.
To the air again, Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again is Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ninth play of the drive now on third and a country mile. Darnold to throw again. And he's got a noon one. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Darnold's throw on the money to Anderson. Darnold now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That's caught. It's Thomas. 23 yards on the play.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Hey, exit. 47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47. We ain't giving up nothing today.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Time for the Eagles to get the football back here. You look at 2019 for Philadelphia, a lot of what-ifs for the squad, really. They went on a nice run, as you noted, 4 straight wins, won the game that they needed to down the stretch over the Cowboys in Week 16 to essentially win the NFC East. Listen, every team has injuries, some worse than others, but my goodness, you look at the players this team lost over the course of the year, and it was really unbelievable, and it really derailed what they had hoped to do.
And let's just keep it to one position. Carson Wentz, their quarterback, 27 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions. But down the stretch, he's throwing to guys like Deontay Burnett out of USC. Tight end Josh Perkins had to step in with the injury to Zach Ertz. And then Greg Ward, a quarterback at the University of Houston, on their practice squad, promoted about 3/4 of the way through the season. He became his primary target. So when you're trying to get it done that way and not throwing to Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson and Nelson Aguilar, that's tough down the stretch. Give the Eagles credit for finding a way to win the NFC East.
Take 4.
Wentz now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Well, Charles, as this offense comes out here, let's talk about the AFC Championship game coming up. Kansas City hosting Tennessee. The Chiefs the winner over the Texans in the divisional round. But even before they took the field, they got a surprise gift on Saturday night with those Titans winning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. To try again after the sack. Darnold. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
Darnold a sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Check it out, please.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Open man is Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Darnold now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Cannon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. They'll run it right side with Cannon. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. The extra point forthcoming.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Still going. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Well, as they come out here to set up shop for this next drive, let's talk about the NFC Championship game coming up. San Francisco hosting Green Bay. It was the road teams winning in the wild card round, Seattle and Minnesota, but the home teams bounced back in the divisional round. For nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ward. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham, his second sack of the night.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, 47. Here we go, here we go.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. A gain of 6 there on first.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. To throw, it's Wentz. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there at 22. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it 2nd and 9. Wentz. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we get an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well. To Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. From the 27, Darnold. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
Matchbox lights. So, ladies.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Here we go, here we go.
On the carry, it's Cannon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Darnold keeps it, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the run, now Darnold to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Play action. It's Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Cannon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Cannon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On first down, they run with Howard. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing his Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
You ain't going nowhere.
On first down, Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He was brought down by Darryl Roberts.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 57. 57.
On 2nd down, it's Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cannon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 16, Wentz, Ertz over the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now Howard. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
I'm coming. Listen.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he'll get nothing out of that one. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Cannon. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time it's 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Darnold. The open man is Smith. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Darnold on 1st down. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 3rd down, Moore. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On 2nd down now, it's Cannon, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Wentz's throw into the hands of Aguilar. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Hey, we got 4 down.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with his second touchdown of the night, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Elliott good on the extra point, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New York set to take the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That man tries to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Wentz. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Steve McClendon able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. Fourth quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Bell sheds him off. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game.
Side. 47, Mike. 47. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Cannon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He gets it to Brown. Complete. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Darnold toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're just making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Darnold now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Brandon Graham. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.